everyone and welcome to a really exciting video, one that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I'm going to be trialling out all of Primark's makeup, so a full range of makeup for everything from foundation, eyeshadow, lipstick, mascara, basically all of the makeup products to do a full makeup look. So how will it go? Will it be any better than some other high street brands? How does it compare to other things? So I'm going to trial it all out. So let's get to the video and see. So welcome back to another video if you've been watching the Brownie Life for a while, and if you're new to our channel, thanks so much for clicking on the Brownie Life. Usually I have my teenage daughter Emily with me. Obviously she's the other half of the Brownie Life, but it's just me today trialling out the Primark makeup that I've bought recently. So as I've said, I've bought an item of everything to do a full makeover range. Now the makeup that I've actually got on today is just my normal day-to-day makeup that I would use from quite a few different brands, to be honest, but all high street. I'll be honest, slightly embarrassed, I don't really have any expensive makeup. Everything I've got is relatively cheap, but the Primark makeup, to be honest, is easily half the price of the things that I've actually already using. So it'll be interesting to see if the Primark makeup is any better or about the same. So I'm going to show you now everything that I bought from Primark, and then I'm going to show you what I usually would use, and then obviously you can clearly see from my face what my normal sort of makeup looks like, but I'm going to show you what I normally use, and as I say, I'm going to show you everything that I bought from Primark. So here is the full range of makeup that I've bought from Primark. So starting with the foundation, I've tried to go for a similar colour to what I have normally. Just to be honest, Primark's colours are a little bit difficult to match up with because they just don't do as many colours in the range. So sometimes to get the exact shade that you want could be a little bit difficult, but I think I've got something quite near to what I usually would buy. Got a liquid concealer. So in terms of prices, the foundation was £6, the concealer was £2.50. I've then got just the pressed powder, which was £2.50. And then I've got a bronzer tint there, which was £4.50. Love the case though, quite glittery and pretty. And then the eyeshadows, just a neutral palette, £2.50. I would have potentially just got one eyeshadow, but because they often come in actual sets in Primark, I decided just to go for the neutral colours, more browns and things, which again is something very similar to what I would usually go for anyway, just so that I can compare you know, Primark in comparison to what I usually would use. There's no point going for something completely different because you can't really compare it then. So then I've got the 3-in-1 brow, because I do like to put something on my eyebrows because my eyebrows are pretty non-existent, to be honest. Quite light, well, I've got really dark hair, but then there's light parts over my eyebrows as well, so you can't see them very well, so I do have to kind of pencil them in a little bit anyway. And then we've got, oh actually just for the price on that, I think that was, yeah, that was £3. And then an eyeliner, which was £3. Now that's not sealed up, purely and simply because I have been using this quite a lot, but what I decided to do for today's video is I went back to my previous eyeliner so you could see my previous look. But I have already tested this out and I do rate it actually. That's £3. So this is the mascara, £2.50. Rule Model it's called. I think it's more for lengthening your lashes and sort of making them uplifted a little bit more, I think. Yeah, volumising one as well. And then last but not least, the lipstick. Now I have had Primark lipsticks before. I do think they're really good. Usually they're about 90p, so I mean, how can you go wrong with 90p? They don't last as long as some lipsticks, but I do rate them in comparison to even some high street brands. So this is the product that I've normally used, or I have used, you know, in the past, and then the eyeliner. But apart from that, I haven't used anything else ever before from Primark. So I'm going to test out what these products are like against my normal makeup. So let's see how well Primark makeup does. Dark and dismal outside, to be honest. I'm hoping that there's enough light in here for you to actually see my makeup properly, all being well. And excuse the door not looking that great in the background. That's because we do need to repaint. So that's another job for another day. But yeah, I'm here in my bathroom, trialling out the Primark makeup. I just thought I'd quickly show you, just very quickly, just what I've actually got on my face right now. I would usually use L'Oreal True Match in terms of the colour. against the Primark one is quite similar. So I'm hoping that it'll go on really good, the Primark one. But yeah, the True Match is what I've normally been using, and the powder of the True Match. So again, powder wise, hopefully they're quite similar colours. I've got a bronzer, which I think is just a Boots one. Again, some of these products, to be honest, are not very new, you know, quite old things. Some Revlon eyeshadows, which are just literally all different shades of brown, quite old again. The theme is I don't really spend enough money and enough time investing in makeup, but the point of this video is Primark's makeup any better than a lot of the other high street ones? And even high street ones, you're still paying a reasonable amount of money. As I say, I don't buy anything high end. I used to do probably in my 20s, but now I definitely don't buy anything really high end. Max Factor Max Factor False Lash Effect Mascara, and then we've got a L'Oreal Paris Perfect Slim Eyeliner and my Perfect Match L'Oreal Concealer. I've got a L'Oreal lipstick there as well, but as I say, I have actually been wearing quite a few times this Primark lipstick. Now, what I've actually got on is all of these products. So you'll be able to see from my face. I don't really want to come into the camera too close because, you know, just really for the purpose of the video, not for a fashion statement particularly. I'm just comparing the makeup, not what I look like. So in terms of the lipstick that I'm currently wearing, I find this comes off quite easily, if I'm honest. So I don't think, already just speaking from experience, compared the L'Oreal to the Primark, there's not a lot of difference. This is a little bit more shimmery. The Primark one's a bit more matte, but I prefer that anyway. But I think you can get matte ones, obviously, in the L'Oreal Paris ones. But I think for the price you're paying for the L'Oreal in comparison to the Primark, there's not a lot of difference in quality. I actually prefer the Primark ones on my lips. I think they're a lot more moisturising than quite a few of the lipsticks. So for definite, from experience, I actually do rate these. As I say, the only thing is they don't really last that long. But I'm not too bothered about having a lipstick that would last an awful long time. I think I'm quite happy just getting out of my bag and, you know, putting it back on again. In the house, I don't really wear it or anything like that. But for 90 pence, who can go wrong with a Primark lipstick? So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take all my makeup off. That's right, everybody. I'm not going to have any makeup on. Oh dear. And then I'm going to start again. So I've already put my makeup on this morning, and I'm going to take all this off so that you can then see me actually applying all of the Primark makeup to see how it goes on, you know, what it feels like, and really just stage by stage, what does it look like? I do think this might be a helpful guide, that if there's anything in the Primark range that really super stands out, that maybe then it's a case of just mixing some Primark products in with your normal makeup brands. And as I say, certainly if you buy normal high street brands anyway, you could just maybe mix the two together. However, you know, if all of the Primark range is really good, then I think that's amazing in terms of the value, because really when you think of how much I've spent on all of the Primark products, everything for a full face, you know, makeover, so to speak, I've spent £24. Now put that in perspective, some foundations cost more than that, if I'm honest. But I mean, my things that I've already been using would certainly cost a lot more, even with offers, you know, 3 for 2s and things like that, would certainly cost more than that. I would say, on average, really, looking at a lot of other brands out there, I think Primark must be half the price of most things. So hopefully this video is going to help to decide, is the Primark makeup any good? Is it just bits of it that's any good? You might be looking to buy some little bits and pieces for presents for people, and maybe if you're on a bit of a budget, maybe buying Primark makeup might be a really good present. You might be looking at somewhere to go, like a Christmas do, or, you know, office party, or, you know, anything in terms of Christmas, in terms of what you might be doing with your family or friends, and you might just be wanting a brand new makeup look, so that might be useful for that. Or if you just run out, or starting to run out, of your existing brand of makeup, and you just fancy a change, and you've always wondered, what does the makeup from Primark actually look like? You know, how does it feel on your skin? So I'm going to wipe off all my makeup, and I'm going to get to all of the Primark makeup. So first I'm going to put my very attractive headband on. Not really, but I do like to keep a headband really just for applying makeup. So if I look a bit silly, sorry. I'm actually going to take my makeup off using one of these cloths. I do have lots of them in different colours lots of them here, look. If you haven't already checked out, you know, maybe you've not watched us before, or you started watching after I put the video out, I did do an Erase Your Face by Daniel Creations. These makeup remover cloths, they're absolutely amazing. So go check that video out if you haven't already, because it's definitely worth watching. I just go through, you know, a little bit about the product and how good it is and everything, but I can definitely say it is definitely a really good product to use. It easily takes off your makeup. You don't have to use anything else on it. So I'm just going to be taking this off now, and then once I get all this off, I'm going to come back to you with my moisturiser and start with the foundation. Right, so makeup off. I did tell you I have no eyebrows, so I'm quite embarrassed by them, to be honest with you, so I'd much prefer doing videos when I've actually got my eyebrows on. But never mind, for the purpose of this video, I've got no makeup on. I'm now going to moisturise. It's really funny actually, because Emily in a recent video, if you've not checked out our last video, go check it out. It's really good. It's to do with teen ideas, gift ideas for teens, specifically more, you know, for Christmas coming up and everything. She actually requested some skincare recently, and in all honesty, some of the prices of some of the skincare, oh my word, do you know what? There's nothing wrong with Astral. I swear by it, honestly, I really do. I love Astral. It's a cheap moisturiser. It's something that I've used for such a long time. I don't really use anything else. I have from time to time actually changed and gone to other things, but I don't like it as much. I do have dry skin, so in all honesty, when you get to the stage, the time of year where you're putting foundation on, I always find it's very difficult, because if you've got dry skin, the foundation just sits on your skin quite different to if you've got more greasier skin, so to speak. But I find if you put Astral on, the foundation it's just a lot better. Definitely just glides on your face a lot better, really. So yeah, nothing wrong with Astral. Definitely more of an old-fashioned product, but it's a good one. So, you know, why change it if it works for me? Well, I mean, maybe a lot of people might say it doesn't work for me because I've probably got quite a few wrinkles and things, but I like it, so I'm going to continue using my Astral, where Emily's list for skincare is just continuous, really. No, she has put some cheaper range things on there, so I think they're the ones that I'm going to be heading for Christmas, not the expensive ones, like Drunk Elephant. I mean, I'm not going to buy that for myself, so I'm not really going to be buying that for her. But go check out our last video, as I say, if you haven't already. So I'm going to start with the foundation. So as I said, this was £6, so I think that's super good. So I'm just going to get this open, and I'll come back to you once I've got it out. So here we are with the foundation. So I'm going to test this out. Oh, my hands are all greasy now from using the... Oh, actually, I was thinking it pulled off. It doesn't. It twists off. Oh, actually, I wasn't expecting that either. It's a foundation stick. Ah, okay. Is it actually foundation? Yeah, it's foundation. I kind of expected it, because my L'Oreal one is like a pump one. I expected like a tube or a pump or something rather than this. Anyway, so I'm going to give it a go. Not entirely sure what I'm doing with it. I will just kind of dab it on. I think what I'll do is I won't put too much on straight away, just in case I don't need as much on. So I'm just going to dab it across, and then I'm just going to go the old-fashioned way, rubbing it in with my fingers. Now, I'm sure I'm going to have divided opinion here of should you ever use your fingers to apply foundation, or is it a case of you should always use beauty blenders or brushes or anything. I have tried brushes before, and I've tried you know, the sponges and everything, and I just don't like them. I'm not sure why. I don't know if I've just always been used to using my fingers. I'm not sure. But I just always prefer using my fingers. I mean, what came off on the brush wasn't an awful lot, I'll be honest. But maybe it's just a case of you just keep building on it. So that's sort of the coverage at the moment. So I'm just going to add a little bit more on and see if that covers a little bit more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's more coming off that now. It almost seems, I'm not trying to be funny, it almost seems like there's not much in the actual foundation bottle. Does that make sense? When I'm looking in it, it kind of doesn't look that there's much in it, but there must be. Yeah, and there's a little bit more coming off it this time, so I'm not going to put too much more on because my normal look wouldn't be a massive amount of foundation, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to rub this in. The lighting's not very good in here either, so it's an awful day outside. So while I'm just doing some of my makeup, I just thought I might as well chat about a few things. So is everyone ready for Christmas? Comment down below, have you got all of your Christmas things now? Or haven't you even started? I'm kind of in the middle. I have got some things, but I haven't got everything that I need. So I think I've rubbed that in enough. Yeah, so this is the coverage at the moment. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that actually, in terms of how it's gone on. It maybe doesn't seem as thick as my usual foundation, in the sense that I think it's actually going in a little bit, like as if it's a little bit thinner. So hopefully that's a good thing. It is a flawless glow, that's what it claims to be. Do you know what, everyone? I actually thought I was never going to get into that. Does anyone else just get really frustrated with the packaging when you're trying to take it off something? And usually, because you've applied moisturiser or foundation, your hands are really greasy and you're trying to get into it. Anyway, I've got into it now. So this is a liquid concealer, medium coverage. It's got caffeine and vitamin E in it, so that's good. I'm going to have a problem. Oh no, I thought I was going to have a problem opening it as well. So I think this might be slightly darker than my my other concealer, but I do usually use slightly darker foundation anyway and concealer. I think this is a little bit dark, but in all honesty, the lighter one looked really light. I think that's the only one thing I would say with Primark foundations, concealers and things like that, trying to get the blend of shades that you would really want. In other range of makeups, you're probably going to get more colours, aren't you? So that could be the downside really in terms of Primark ones, but let's give this a little try. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on. Again, I don't really overdo a lot of makeup particularly. My everyday look would be quite basic, if I'm honest. I've got a feeling this is too dark, but we'll give it a go. Actually, I think that's gone on quite well. I don't think it is actually too dark, if I'm honest. It does seem to have glided on quite well. And I'm just going to pop a little bit. I do have a few kind of blemishes. One of a better word, they kind of look like spots, but they're not spots. They're just like more blemishes. So I'm just going to go over my chin area with that and see if that conceals in anywhere. And I've got a bit of a darker patch here on my face. I think it definitely seems to feel quite good, the foundation and the concealer. So definitely glided on really well. So yeah, I'll have to see what the finished look is once I've done everything. So I'm going to wash my hands, and next I'm actually going to do the powder and then get straight to my eyebrows, because I can't stand looking at myself without doing my eyebrows on. So let's get to the powder and eyebrows. So this is the foundation pressed powder. So this is like a matte coverage. So let's have a look and see what this looks like. Oh, that's very nice. It comes with a sponge. Now I prefer to put it on with a brush rather than a sponge, only because this looks a little bit dark as well. But having said that, it might not be too far out from... So this is my slightly different shades really. Again, I think it's the shades with Primark that's quite hard. This is my True Match L'Oreal one, and this is the Primark one. So in all honesty, yeah, they are slightly different shades. I'm not going to put it on with a sponge, because I think when you put it on with a sponge applicator, when you're literally pressing it in, and I'm sure that, I mean, that's the idea, that it's pressed powder, but I just don't always like that caked on kind of look. So here I am with my Minnie Mouse beauty brushes. Yeah, that's right. So I've actually got really cheap end brushes, which were from Primark as well, but nothing wrong with them at all. Does anyone else do this when you've got a child and they buy you something? You just feel the need that you have to use it anyway. So Emily bought me these brushes. So the big brush is a nice red one, Minnie Mouse. And then we've got a pink, like a, well, yeah, pinky, dusky pink, rose goldy pink looking. So I do really love them, to be honest. It was something that when she bought me them, I thought, am I actually going to really like them? but they are actually really good brushes. So, you know, any thoughts I had of them not being that good, I take it back, because I've had some more expensive brushes that have not been as good. So I actually really do love them, to be honest. Right, I'm going to give this a go. This powder does look quite dark, so let's hope it doesn't go on as dark as what it actually looks. So I just like to put a bit of powder everywhere I've put foundation. But I don't, as I say, like to put it on with anything to sort of press it more into my skin. I mean, I'm sure everybody does it differently, don't they, to be honest with you. When, you know, makeup artists out there, they're probably going to say I'm doing it all wrong. But in all honesty, I'm not really bothered. I just have a basic look. I would come a lot closer to the camera, but I don't know if it'll just be a massive close-up for you guys. But I'm just obviously trying to show you for the purpose of the video, not because I want to show my face particularly. But yeah, I think it actually looks, that does look quite good. So I'm gonna get on to my eyebrows. I'm really excited about this, to see what this looks like, because this will make or break the Primark range for me. Yeah, I'm only using a Rimmel one at the moment, which is just a cheap eyebrow. It's like more like a, it's not a gel, kind of like a pasty gel type of thing. So it's a little bit wetter, so to speak, and then a powder that you just put over the top. And I do use this other product actually, which is, if I can find it, yeah, it's a Maybelline Tattoo Brow. So I have actually been using this quite a lot of times actually. I've used it for a few years now, but to be honest, I just get busy with things and I forget to do it. So I end up every day, or every time, I don't put makeup on every day, but anytime I need to put makeup, I end up just shoving this on. Not every day, because I don't use makeup every day, but anytime I need to use makeup, I end up just putting this on. But this Tattoo Brow by Maybelline, you're supposed to be able to put it on, and you kind of like, once it's dry, you peel it off, and then it's supposed to tattoo the eyebrow on. So obviously that type of look is there all of the time. I do like it, but I do find it fades. So if I was putting makeup on most days, I would say, and like washing my face and, you know, taking my makeup off and things like that, I would say that only lasts maximum 2 days. For me, maybe a day into the second day. So it's not a massive winner in my eyes, to be honest. So I end up just putting just the normal eyebrow on. So let's see what Primark's one is. So this one is £3, a 3-in-1 brow. So let's get to this brow pencil and see if it's any good. So you've actually got a thick end of more like a pencil stick. I don't know if you'll make it out with it being so small. A thick stick on one end, and then you've got like a little wand on the other end. So that's pretty cool. So let's give this a go. I think I just put the wrong end on the wrong thing. Oh no, maybe not. That goes that down. Right, do we think we use that one first? I'm just going to give both of them a go, to be honest. So I've just brought a smaller mirror down just so that I can kind of look at the video and do this at the same time. So this is more like, oh, actually, no, that's very dark. I'm not sure if you're supposed to use all of the, you know, all of the product, as in you put this on and then you do that over the top, or whether it's a case of an either or potential. It's quite hard talking, to be honest, when you're putting makeup on. I didn't realise how hard it was until I've just done it now. Yeah, I'm just going to use my existing little brush. So this doesn't have any product on it, it's just like a little brush, just to try to separate a little bit. Pop a little bit more on. Even though it's really tiny, when I was putting it on there, that just looks so severe. And it didn't, I don't know, it didn't glide very well when I was trying to put it on. But actually, the pencil idea, that one, actually seems to have glided on a bit better and looks a little bit more natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some hot glue. And I'm just going to slightly try to get that off a little bit with the colour and use the other part of it. So yeah, I think definitely one part of it is quite good, but not this one. So I'll come back to you in a minute. Yeah, so I've popped the other eyebrow pencil onto the second eyebrow rather than the gel wandy part to the other end. I think it's gone on quite well. I'm not 100% sure I like it better than my existing product, I'll be honest, but I think that could be a real personal thing to everybody else, so somebody else might love it and think it's amazing. I find it a little bit, well, not hard to get on with, but yeah, obviously the one at one end, no, that's not for me. I think it's too severe. And this, I think it looks okay. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe we just need to look further into the video when I've done the whole look. But yeah, so far, I can't talk again. So far, foundation, concealer, powder has been fine, to be honest. I think they've definitely gone on really well, seem to look quite similar to my existing colours. So now I'm gonna attempt to open another packaging. Could this be any better? No, I'll come back to you in a minute. So the case is quite cute. I've actually realised it says it's like a whipped cream bronzer. Do you put your finger in it? Do you put a brush on it? Not sure really. I'm gonna go with brush, but maybe not because it's quite like thick. Not entirely sure. Comment down below. I'm probably gonna look a bit stupid now because I don't actually know how to put it on. I'm not sure I'm going to love this product because one, it seems very dark, and two, I'm not really sure how to apply it, to be honest. But anyway, if you're loving our content, just before I start putting this on, because this might be the game changer, might it? This might be of a definite like, what on earth have I just put on my face? If you're liking our content at the moment, so you've watched some of our other videos and you like this one as well, then one, definitely give us a like, but subscribe to our channel. A lot of people are watching the videos but not necessarily subscribing. It will really help our channel, so please subscribe to our channel. We'd love it if you did and become one of our subscribers in our YouTube journey. Really, this is all a YouTube journey for me and Emily. It's something we've been really excited about since we started YouTube, so we'd really appreciate you coming along on our journey, watching all of our videos and following us along really, you know, with everything that we're doing. There's lots of things on our channel. Let me get to this. At the moment there's lots of things on our channel in terms of travel. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm gonna just put it on a little bit and then blend it with a bigger brush. Yeah, travel things, definitely Primark. We've done a lot of Primark recently. Right, this definitely isn't the look that I was after, so I'm going to use a bigger brush to try to just blend it in a little bit more. Maybe now that I've blended it in a little bit, it's maybe a little bit better, so I can maybe just add a touch more onto my cheeks. Is that what you're supposed to do? Just sort of dab it on. I'm not really sure that I'm doing it right, to be honest, but dabbing it on and then give it a really good brush in. Actually, I think I've actually done that not too bad. Initially, when I first put it on, I'm not even sure if you're supposed to use a brush, but when I put it on with my bronzer brush, I just thought, wow, I'm gonna have big patches of brownness all over my skin and it's not gonna blend in. But then using a bigger brush just to sort of blend it in a little bit more, yeah, I think that seems to have worked. It's maybe a little bit more bronzy than I'm used to, but still, I'm a little bit more better with it now, I think, than when I first put it on. I was a little bit scared, I'll be honest with you. Right, let's get to the eyes. Again, lots of cellophane and things, which are a bit of a pain to get off. So I'm just opening the eyeshadow palette. So we've got the neutral range, and these are the colours. I might have to try and take that price tag off because again, that's going to annoy me. I think that's going to take a bit of doing. I'll do it later. Doesn't really matter, does it, for the video? So these are all the different browns. So we've got quite a light sort of grey looking brown, and then darker browns and like a coral kind of colour, and then lighter brown. So I'm going to go first of all with a lighter brown, and then I'm going to kind of put the grey brown at the top and then sort of darken over the sockets. Just kind of a normal look that I would usually go for. So again, it's not that I'm trying not to do the look really much different to what I would usually, so that it is a bit more of a direct comparison to what I usually would do. I'm just gonna add a bit of light at the top. So that's the basic eyeshadow done. In terms of, I used the lighter brown, so this one, and then I put this one just slightly more onto the brow to kind of highlight that. So now I'm going to try to pop a little bit of the darker. I think the other darker ones are a bit too dark. I think I'm going to go with that one, because I think only really comparing them to my existing makeup, just so that I've got a little bit of a comparison. So just kind of a little bit in the sockets. So just then blending that in. So the eyeliner I have used, as I said before. So I tend to use the thicker end rather than the thinner end, just because I prefer eyeliner that way. I know some people, I don't know whether there's a right and wrong of applying eyeliner particularly, but I know some people kind of go inside their eye. I never do that. I just sort of put it on the actual line. One thing I would say with the eyeliner from Primark is it is very black. You know, some eyeliners are maybe not quite as black. This definitely is, but it both ends, the thin and the thick end, both give a really good eyeliner effect. So yeah, I do rate this. I do quite like that one. Now I'm going to try the mascara. So Role Model mascara. Right, so here's to the mascara. Interesting to see what the wand part looks like. Okay, that looks quite a really flexible wand actually, in a reasonable size and quite shaped. So here's the mascara, the Role Model mascara from Primark. Give it a go. It is quite a big wand of mascara. I don't feel like I can actually talk that much when I'm doing the mascara. I should be able to do both, shouldn't I, really? It's going on quite well, actually. I've been wanting to try out, actually. I know I'm really late to the party, because I don't think I've tried it before. Unless I have. I can't remember trying it. But I think it's Maybelline Sky High. I know it's been all the rage for ages, and as I say, I know I'm very late to the party. I have been quite happy using the False Lash Effect by Max Factor, and I've used some other L'Oreal Paris ones that I've been quite happy with. I'm not sure this is giving the effect that I want. It's kind of separating the lashes. Actually, I suppose in a way it's probably lengthening the lashes a lot more than my existing one. Maybe my existing mascara would lift them. I don't think this lifts quite as much. I think it's more the lengthening of the mascara. But yeah, I think it looks quite nice. I'll let you know when I get to the very end as to what I think is more disappointing and what I think is a definite buy. Pop a little bit of lip balm on. So this is the lipstick, 90p. Now I can definitely swear by the lipsticks. I do think they're pretty good, to be honest. As I say, they don't necessarily last the longest of time. By putting a little bit of lip gloss or lip balm underneath, you can definitely get more of a glossy look to it. Otherwise, you could just go with a matte finish. So now I'm going to take this off, tidy my hair up a bit, come back with the finished makeup result. So what do we think, everybody? This is the finished result. I'm going to go more into the light a little bit more. So this is the finished Primark look. I think the best products, I definitely think, were the lipstick, the eyeliner, which I've already used before. So I think in terms of new products, I definitely really like the foundation, how it went on, was really, really good. And I think although my colour that I picked was maybe slightly dark for me, I think I can kind of get away with it, hopefully. The concealer, I think I just need a slightly lighter shade, but I think that was excellent as well. I think the pressed powder was really, really good. In terms of the bronzer, I think that's something that I don't think I'd get on with that particularly that well, if I'm honest. I mean, I think it did blend in well in the end, so I think for somebody else, I think this would be perfect. It's a lovely tub, and maybe I applied it wrong, don't know, but I think it's just, I don't know, I think I'm just used to a powder, so maybe I just need to look in Primark and see if they do any powders, but I didn't see any powders in Primark when I went in there. It was just only this particular bronzer, and I didn't see any blush either, and I would have probably had a little bit of blush if they'd have had it. So I think for me this is more disappointing, but I think that's a personal thing. I think for somebody else it could be a perfect thing, so you know, it very much depends, personal preference. I think my two that were the most disappointing, oh actually I haven't mentioned the eyeshadows. Eyeshadows, I think, really good. I really like them. Maybe don't go on quite as nice as maybe some better quality eyeshadows, but certainly as an everyday look, well really any look, if I'm honest. I think for the price, I think you can't go wrong with hardly any of these products, if I'm honest. I really think a lot of them are very good. I think it just depends on you as a person and you know what you're used to and what you really like, in all honesty. The two things that I thought were the worst: mascara, it's not exactly what I wanted, but maybe I need to look for a different mascara in Primark, because this does volumize and lengthen, but I don't think it kind of doesn't lift my lashes like my existing one does. So I think that was a little bit disappointing. I think the worst thing is I don't think I'm happy as much with my eyebrows. But if I'm honest, maybe if I practiced a little bit more, it's the first time I've used it literally in front of the camera, you know, for all of you, just to show you exactly what I've bought and testing them all out. I think maybe with a bit of practice, maybe I could get used to it a little bit more. So on the whole, I definitely think all of the items definitely worth the value. I mean, in terms of price wise, all of the items from Primark are really good value. But as I say, just a couple of maybe slightly disappointing things for me personally, but you out there might love them. So definitely go check out Primark makeup when you're next in there. There's certainly a few bits and pieces that maybe could be better, you know, there could be things that could improve maybe to make them similar to other brands, but then other things I think are very similar. So I do think they're worth it. I do think they're excellent value. So definitely go check them out. So I hope you really enjoyed today's video. I hope it's given a bit of an insight in terms of Primark makeup. We've got lots of Primark on our channel, more Primark will come, and also lots of Christmas things on our channel right now. So I think I'm quite happy with the look. I don't think it looks too dissimilar to my already existing makeup, if I'm honest. So maybe it is a win, if I'm honest. Just a couple of things that maybe could be maybe a little bit better, but on the whole, I think I'm quite happy with it. What do you think? Comment down below and give us a big like and subscribe to our channel. And thank you so much for watching today's video on the Primark makeup. Definitely go check some Primark makeup out yourself. We'll have more Primark coming up. We'll also have more Christmassy videos and things. Obviously in the run up to Christmas, I'm definitely going to put out more to do with Christmas videos, different Christmas ideas and things like that on our channel. But there'll also be more Primark and lots of exciting things coming up for the new year. Hopefully some holiday plans at some point. So definitely subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a like. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and we'll see you next time, everybody. See you later.
And having a good time.